This is the man who buys a single origin double soy macchiato. This is the man who values comfort over practicality. This is the man who worries every time he turns the key. This is the man who drives a Range Rover. Some people will go for sensible tourers, others will buy a Nissan, and then there are those who are slightly eccentric and buy a Land Rover, just like I did. Hi guys, it's Andy here from Lastxplorer, and this is my Range Rover Sport. So why did I choose a Range Rover Sport for my overland rig? Well, I was actually looking for a Discovery first, but most of the ones I found were really high kilometres or needed a heck of a lot of work doing to them. So I stumbled upon this Range Rover Sport. It's a 2005 model, and it had fairly low kilometres for the age, but also one of the great things about it was it just had 20 grand's worth of repairs done to it over the last couple of years. So with that in mind, I bought myself a Range Rover Sport. So starting at the front, what have we done to the Range Rover? Well, at the front we've got a set of Light Force LED 180 driving lights. Then moving up to the top there, you can probably see there's a couple of Hella 470 light bars, and then just underneath I've got a Brit-Part sump guard on there. Now it's an alloy sump guard, so it's nice and light, but it's really thick, so it gives you plenty of protection. And boy, have I used that protection, especially on Fraser. Under the bonnet, we've got the standard V6 2.7 litre turbo diesel engine. That's mated to a 6-speed auto box, which is really smooth, and it gives you really good economy as well as plenty of power and torque when driving on the road or on the rough stuff. I've also got in here a Projector IDC 25 DC to DC charger, and that's charging an Optima yellow top battery, which is mounted undercover over the other side. That covers all of my dual battery needs. If I need anything else, it's also got a solar input on it as well, so I can hook up a solar panel and keep the batteries topped up additionally to the normal running of the car. Then round this side, I've got a Mantec or Land Rover raised air intake. I've replaced the porous intake pipe that goes in the inner wing there with a silicone hose, so now the whole intake is fully sealed and fully waterproof. Just great for going through water crossings or those unexpected crosses where it gets a little deep. Right guys, coming around the side here, we've got a set of Falcon AT3W all-terrain tyres. These are quite an aggressive all-terrain tyre. They're probably around about a 50% usage. Great on the road, but also fantastic on the tracks. They've got nice big heavy lugs on the side and great side biting lugs on the side of the tyre there, so they grip really well on off-road conditions. I've had these on for about 10,000 Ks now. I've been really impressed with them. They've hardly worn, and they've stood up really well for everything that I need. Underneath here, you can't quite see it, but there's actually a adjustable height rod. That allows me to control the ride height of the Range Rover a little bit. At the moment I've got it set in off-road height, but normally in standard trim, once you go above a certain speed, the Range Rover will lower back down to its normal ride height. With the adjustable rods, I can actually lock it in that raised height. Then further underneath on this side, I've got a big alloy plate, which is a compressor guard. That's also from Green Oval Off-Road. That actually will protect the compressor, especially in some of the rockier terrain where it hangs a little bit low and could get damaged. Around the back, I've got a false floor bin made up, which I built the other day. And on that I've mounted a fridge slide. It's a Dunn & Watson fridge slide, which I'm really pleased with. And on top of that, I've got my Bushman fridge mounted. This happens to be one of my favourite mods because nicely, easily when I'm on the tracks, pull out the fridge slide, access my drinks or food easily. It's great. On this side of the boot, normally when I'm travelling off-road, I'll often carry storage boxes, etc., and also my camera gear and everything like that, because it's nice and easy to get to. In the future, I'm hoping to put in a set of drawers over here, which will actually enable the storage a little bit better. I've also got in the boot there two 12-volt outlets, along with a set of USB outlets as well for charging cameras, etc. whilst out on the tracks. Then moving on to the inside of the Range Rover, it's got the standard Harman Kardon sound system running through it, which has got an optic fibre drive in it, which, although sounds really good, is really complex to work on. Then moving over, we've got the standard head unit, coffee cup, obviously, because it's a Range Rover. Then up the top there, we run a VMS 700 HDX navigation unit and a Navman MyView GPS enabled dash cam. My phone mount is a RAM mount, which has also got a charging unit on it. Then looking at it from the other side, I've got a Uniden 8060S UHF radio. The reason I went for one of those is, as you can see, there's not a lot of space to mount the base unit, so the base unit's mounted tucked up underneath the unit, underneath the vehicle. So from this side, looking up top of the Range Rover, I've got a Titan tray from Roller roof racks up the top there, great for carrying loads, etc., with a set of rails on it as well. I've already mentioned it's got a set of hellers hung underneath the roof rack. Then hanging off the back here, I've got a Sunseeker dome awning. The great thing with the dome awning is it's got a good spread once it's open. It rolls up really compact, and I can still open the tailgate with the awning up. So with the dome, the tailgate opens up inside the dome. So if I'm preparing food or getting stuff out the fridge and it happens to be raining or it's a really hot sunny day, I'm nice and protected underneath.
Well, there you have it. That's my Range Rover Sport. Well, what else have I got planned for it in the coming months or years? I'm hoping to get a rear wheel carrier, or maybe even a modified Discovery 3 rear bar. I'm planning to fit a hidden winch mount on the front, behind the front bumper, and also looking at a more permanent storage solution for the back to fit alongside the fridge. Up top, I'm considering getting a rooftop tent, and I quite like the look of either the 23.0 Dakota one or the Dacia Intrepida 2 unit. I'm also thinking maybe I'll fit some form of semi-permanent water storage solution. Other than that, that's about it. It's a pretty capable vehicle out of the box, so with a few more personal touches, it'll be pretty perfect, and I'm determined to prove you can use a Range Rover Sport as a reliable tourer.